At the Cliff House, Steffi tries to take in what Finn has just told her about his lips and Hope's meeting. Finn can't begin to tell her how sorry he is. Seeing her like this is killing him. But he had to tell her. Steffi accuses him of letting Hope kiss him. How many times did I tell you to stay away from Hope? Finn nods a lot. Steffi rails that he didn't listen to her. And now Hope kissed you. In the design office, Brooke is scandalized by Hope's confession that she kissed Finn and exclaims, "Why would you do such a thing?" Hope says something just came over her. Brooke needs to know exactly what happened. Hope tells her mother she's freaking out because she's never been this out of control. Brooke asks what she was thinking and feeling right before she kissed Finn. Hope isn't sure she was only thinking about Finn. The kiss did feel right until I opened my eyes and saw Finn's expression. She felt so embarrassed. It's just so reckless. I don't understand why I'm doing it. Brooke thinks she's becoming completely fixated on Steffi's husband. In the main office, Ridge is surprised to look up and see Taylor in the doorway. They embrace and he says it's been too long. She tells him the wait is over, I'm back. Ridge tells Taylor she's looking wonderful as always. This was the last thing he expected today. She hopes he's not too disappointed. Ridge grins, seeing you. Never. They sit and Taylor shows Ridge photos of Douglas in Paris as she tells him how happy he and Thomas are over there. Talk turns to the engagement and Ridge learns that she found out before him. Taylor explains she wanted to come home because Steph has had a rough few months. Ridge says she deals with it and he's proud of her. Taylor says she hasn't gotten to see the kids yet. Ridge thinks she must miss them. Taylor replies that she does, and I miss you too. In the Cliff House, Finn tells Steffi that Hope just walked up and planted one on him. He had nothing to do with it at all. Steffi argues that he had a lot to do with it. I told you about the Logans, I told you about Hope, and you didn't want to believe me. Finn was just trying to make peace between them. Steffi says that wasn't his place. Hope lost control. She's out of control, she's lost. Finn says he should have listened. He was just trying to be a good friend to Hope. Steffi says he cared more about being her friend than respecting her feelings. I can't believe this. That's when you open the door, Finn. Don't you realize that? He made Hope feel comfortable enough to disrespect their marriage. And now she's put her lips on yours. Ugh. In the main office, Taylor tells Ridge Shears congratulations are in order for Brooke's bedroom and the fashion summit in Monte Carlo. She flashes to watching them. Ridge says it was a lot of work. Taylor's surprised he's not focused on couture. Ridge guesses she's been talking to Steffi. Taylor asks about the changes he's made to the executive. Ridge has to be able to design. That's what he does. Is that okay with you? Or Taylor thinks that's fine. But instead of letting Steffi decide who would fill that role, you did it for her. He also refused to let her cut Hope for the future. Ridge protests that he'll always do what's best for the company. Taylor snips. What about what's best for our daughter? I'm worried about Steffi. In the design office, Hope assures Brooke she won't allow this to happen again. Brooke asks if she's sure she'll be able to control these feelings. Hope says she'll have to because Finn is very upset with her. She begged him to move past it, but he's insisting on telling Steffi. Brooke's jaw drops. At the Cliff House, Steffi mutters that she should have known all along that Hope would make a play for him. She asks Finn, "You must have had some idea she was into you." Finn never expected her to kiss him. This was the last thing he wanted a war. Steffi says he constantly wants the peace but is making things worse. First Sheila, now Hope. He has constantly devalued and ignored her feelings when it comes to them. He didn't listen to her. She groans, I can't do this right now. Finn asks, what are you saying? Steffi. In the main office, Taylor hopes she didn't come off too strong in questioning Ridge's decisions. He suggests she may have been, but he loves how protective she is of the family. Ridge assures her Steffi will be fine. Taylor asks why he didn't let her weigh in on Brooke becoming part of the executive team. Ridge guffaws, because they don't like each other. He's convinced they can become friends. As for Hope for the future, it's not doing as well as they'd like, but pulling the plug is premature. He asks if he's passed Taylor's test. She giggles that he did. Ridge thinks this is the only way to make things work is if the Forresters and Logans work together. Otherwise, how will it go for the kids? It has to start with Hope and Steffi. Taylor muses, I hope you're right, Ridge. In the design office, Brooke rants that Steffi is going to be so angry over this kiss that she'll drive a wedge between the families again. Hope is sorry she didn't think about how it would affect her and Ridge. Brooke is just worried about her. This isn't in character, and it all started when she kissed Thomas in Rome while married to Liam. She's spiraling out of control. If she can't rein this in, it's going to hurt her. Hope cries that it scares her how reckless she's been. She'll do everything she can to get a handle on these emotions. I do not want to be that type of person. I don't want to be someone who goes after a married man, especially not Finn. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't understand why I'm doing any of this. In the clubhouse, Finn asks, "What do you mean you can't do this anymore?" Steffi feels like she's the only one who fights for them. Finn argues, "I fight for you." Steffi says, "No, you don't. You fight for everyone else. Anyone who even looks at him. He wants to be their superhero, even if it's at her expense." Finn denies it. Steffi asks, "What about Sheila?" "Sheila shot me. She almost killed me. The fact that you could even look at that woman again. The fact that you forgave her. That speaks volumes." She told him to stay away from Hope, but he wanted to have a friendship with her. The thought of him kissing another woman is bad enough, but Hope. He knows the back and forth she went through with Liam. Finn declares that she's right. He hates seeing her like this. But he promised he'd never keep anything from her. If he had thought Hope would have crossed that line, he would have shut it down before it even started. "I would never do anything to jeopardize our marriage. I love you. You and the kids are my whole world." He was just trying to do the right thing and asks, "Will you forgive me? I will never let anything like this happen again."